As you can see, is the Messages app and the Reminders app, which are both new. And we've also got the Newsstand, which is unavailable in the beta. And down there is the new Music app. I'm not sure if this is new, but it is definitely new on the iPhone. I can't really remember what it was like in the old version. Safari, as you can see there, we have new tabbed browsing. We also have a debug console, which I put up, which is for me. This won't happen on your normal device. And then we also have tabs available. I'm just going to open up a preview site. Okay, so I'll open up Facebook. And as you can see there, it's just a normal Facebook page. And if we open up a new tab, open up just a random other site. And there you go. It's much like Safari browser, and you can switch back between the tabs pretty easily just by tapping on them. And as you can see, it loads pretty quick, and it is smooth on the iPad 1 as well as the iPad 2. And it's just as easy to close them too, just tap the little X on them. Alright, now you can go up here and you can tweet. This is new to iOS 5, if we tweet the page. As you can see, we can type with our new split keyboard, which I turned on earlier, which is easier to type if you're in portrait or landscape, and you can just use your thumbs instead of flat out typing. You can also move it up and down to suit your position of where you want your hands to be on the iPad. And as you can see, you can add your location and you can send that tweet off. Okay, so going back now, if you go into the Settings app, I'll show you new settings which are available for you. As you can see, we got the software update, which isn't available at the moment, but it will offer over-the-air updates in the future. We've also got iTunes Sync, which is AirSync, over Wi-Fi. We've also got shortcuts in the keyboard, and we've also got the split keyboard, which you can turn on and off. In shortcuts, if you type the 3 letters, which it says there, it'll replace that with a whole word, and you can add your own too, but we're not going to do that. If you go into iCloud, which is new, and it's free for 5GB, and it offers you loads of push services between Lion and any Mac actually, and your iPad or iPhone. Twitter, you can add as many Twitter accounts as you like, I think. iMessages, just settings for that. Music, nothing new there. Notifications, this is whole new. You can choose what kind of notification you want or what alert you want from each app. Safari, there's a new privacy option on there, and you can enable private browsing and delete cookies or remove your website data, which wasn't available before. Okay, so going into iMessages, I can't really demonstrate a good version for you now because I don't have 2 devices. Well, I do, but one's recording and the other one's, yeah. As you can see, I've sent one and it says waiting for delivery. It's never going to get delivered. But as you can see there, we have delivery notification. So when it is delivered, it will tell you. And when the person has read it, it will tell you. And when they're writing again, it will tell you too. Just send that. And you can also send pictures, videos, whatever else on the iMessages app too. All over Wi-Fi. Newsstand, which is not available, which will have all your latest newspapers or whatever. This is the new iPod Music app, which is a whole new interface which looks loads better. It's more simpler, clean, and it just goes better. If you have a look here, this is using my home sharing account. I don't have any music on there as I just put iOS 5 on. As you can see, the top is whole new. They've gone from the circle, the buttons, to square. It fits nicely, I suppose. If we go into Shade, as you can see, you can still switch between different libraries, which was available in iOS 3, I think. 4.3, I mean. Just switch back. Alright, so just going to play a song and show you what it looks like. There's the volume up slider, which is kind of new too. It's just like the iTunes one, actually. The new iTunes 10.5 version. Album artwork is pretty much still the same. It's just got the new interface at the top instead. But yeah. New buttons down the bottom, which just bring you back to the home screen, as you can see there. Okay, so Game Center, this is new. There's not a lot new on here. You can download games within Game Center. You can add a photo of yourself. I'm not a big fan of Game Center. I don't use it a lot just because not many people have it. But there is new support for turn games. I did read. I'm not sure what that is. But as you can see there, I only have one friend, which is a little bit pointless. As you can see though, you can change your photo, and it's got all the top games, I mean, at the top and down the bottom. If we load up games, you can see what games I currently have. I only downloaded 2 sample ones. And you can find Game Center games. But you can download games within the Game Center app, I have heard, but I haven't tried that. A new feature is home sharing for videos. We didn't have that before, but we do now. As you can see there, we haven't got any videos on the iPad, but it sees my Mac, and it's going to connect to it now. I only have a few sample movies, which I bought off iTunes a while ago. I never even watched them, but oh well. As you can see there, we got Wolverine, and as you can see, it will begin to play the movie as usual. It doesn't lag, and it plays just fine. If you go into Mail, Mail is new, just like online. It's not a lot new. I don't think. I only found one feature, which is the inbox drawer thing, which comes across like that. It used to like have a little pop-up sort of style, which goes away as soon as you tap outside of the drawer, as you can see. If we go back, photos is kind of new. It's not a lot new. You can just upload to Twitter or tweet your photo or whatever. As you can see, if we just click up there, tweet. And as you can see, we can add location, and it's just the same as before with Safari, except it has a picture on the side instead of a Safari link. And again, the split keyboard is coming in. And you can also mention people in your tweet, and you can do the latest trends. Hello guys, we're going to move on to the iPhone update on iOS 5 now. And there's a lot more difference on the iPhone compared to the iPad. I much prefer the iPhone version. Notifications work better. We have the weather and the stocks widget, unlike the last one. And yeah, that's about it. First off is the music app, which is different because before we used to have the iPod app, and now we have the music app as well as the video app, which are 2 separate things now. Alright, so if you go back, sorry about the camera by the way, we have reminders, newsstand, just like before. If you go to newsstand, there's not a lot we can change because the store isn't available at the moment, but it does look neat for when it comes out if you like reading your magazines or your newspapers. Alright, so now we have reminders, which we've seen earlier on the iPhone, the iPad, and I just added a sample one in, and it does work pretty well. If you click on one of the reminders, you can also change the due date and when you want it to like pop up. So let's say you turn up at the location it will say you need to do this for this location, or whatever, like go to your nan's house and clean the toilet or something. And it looks for your address book to see if there's any addresses you can add into there. The notifications widget there, just slid down. As you slide it down from the status bar, you get the weather widget. You also have the stocks one, but I don't have it turned on. I'll go and turn that on now. You can go to notifications and turn these on or off. I expect there'll be more through the updates with the App Store. I don't think they just have two widgets for the rest of their life. As you can see there, the stocks works pretty well with the widget. It slides through all the different stocks and says if they're up or down in share price, and it tells you how much they're up by and how much they're worth. As you can see, Google's not doing too bad there. Yeah, if we get out of that now. Actually, I'll send myself an email just to show you what it actually looks like when you get a notification for something. I haven't showed you that yet. So I'm just going to send myself an email now on the computer. Give me a second. Just going to say hi. Alright. So that should be sending right about now. And there you go. And it comes up just like that, and you can clear the notification by clicking the little X in the corner. And you can also read it by tapping on the actual notification itself like that. And you can do whatever you want from the Mail app. From there then, we're going to go on to the Photos app. And if you go to the camera roll or any photo, you have a new button which is Tweet, which we showed earlier on in the iPad. As you can see there, tweet, print, we have all that before. If you tweet the photo, it brings up the dialogue and you can add text or whatever, just like a normal tweet. And you can mention or use the trends button, which is the hash sign. Can't get my words out. If we just cancel that. There's also a new button at the top, as you can see, which is Edit, which is editing for your photos. We didn't used to have that before. It's not like very precise editing, it's just red eye and auto enhance and crop and constrain. Yeah, and you can also undo your changes, which isn't really an editing thing. As you can see there, you have the 3 different buttons down the bottom, which are easily recognizable, I mean. And if we crop a photo, it works quite well. It's a lot like iPhoto crop. And just crop that. If we auto enhance as well, save, and yeah, there you go, there's your photo. Takes a while to save, I don't know why it was doing that. Yeah, there you go. If we go into the Messages app, just go back up the message a sec. As you can see there, we have iMessage. This is just a sample conversation. When I installed it last night. As you can see, if you type a message, and you can also do photos or videos, and it all goes through your Wi-Fi or your data connection. There's no extra charges. It looks exactly like normal messaging, except the buttons are blue, and the bubbles are blue as well instead of green. And it says iMessage instead of text message. And as you can see, you have delivery notifications, and you'll also have notifications when they start writing. If we go into notifications, you can change the type of alert you have. As you can see, if you want a bar to come up at the top, or you just want it to be like the old-fashioned updates, notifications, is up to you. Sounds, you can actually make your own vibration, which we found out earlier using accessibility. And in iCloud, you get this account when you first set up your phone. As you can see, it syncs quite a lot of different things, aspects to your Mac or whatever, or different iOS devices. Like everything a Mobile Me account would, except it's for free and you have 5 gig instead of 20 gig. But you can buy more, but not at the moment in the beta because they haven't enabled that yet. And neither will backup work because, yeah, there you are. If we go back out of that, mail is not different. Twitter, you can add different accounts, update your contacts with your email addresses or whatever. FaceTime actually works over 3G, which is weird in the beta. And you can also add other emails so people can contact you via them also, as well as your number and your iCloud address. Store, you can do automatic downloads and turn it on whether you want it to download over your cellular data connection. General, a software update up there, which is over the air updates, just like on the iPad, which is not available at the moment. iTunes Sync, which is Wi-Fi sync through your iTunes and your Mac, without plugging the cable in, cableless, I suppose, which doesn't work at the moment. It says that it does, but it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, if we go into keyboard, you can add your shortcuts, which I've added one there. One already comes with it. And if we go into notes or something, if we type in the 3 letters, as you can see there, it says "I'll be there now," which is pretty cool. I suppose. Well, you wouldn't use it for lol or anything, I suppose, but you know what I mean. If we go into photo, camera, there's a few different things in here. As you can see, options at the top. In the options menu, actually, yeah, I forgot about that. And you can slide back to your videos, your recent videos, just by sliding out of the camera app. I can't slide back in, which is weird, but I can slide through all the others. Yeah, anyway. As you can see there, we got the options at tab, which is just the grid and the HDR. I don't know why I'd use a grid, I don't really get the point, but yeah, anyway. It looks a lot better than before, I suppose, if we can add more options. I'm sure somebody will take advantage of that in the jailbreak scene. Flash, nothing new. Can't really have new flash either, I suppose, but you know. You can also have LED alerts and your camera flashes when you get an alert. I forgot about that. But yeah, if we go on to the lock screen, I'll show you a new feature, which is the quick access camera button. If you double tap the bottom button, the home button, and you press that little camera button right there, it brings you into the camera app straight away. This doesn't affect you if you have a key code. You still can't go back into your system. Don't worry, you can just take pictures. Alright, so if we go home now, if we go into the weather application, which is something new, which I didn't realise, it also adds your local weather. But if you tap a day, it brings you up the hourly status and the precipitation levels, I think. I think that's what 30% stands for, of each hour of the day, which is pretty new, but doesn't really account for in this country because it's never accurate. But you know, just the usual, you can slide through all the different things there. If we go into the App Store, which is new, which is on the iPad 2, not the iPad 2 like the iPad as well, I mean. If we go into the updates, you got the new purchased thing, which you can have a look at all the things you've purchased on other devices and download them again or whatever. Say I downloaded an app on my iPhone, my other iPhone, and I can just download it, then it will be in my history sort of thing. And even if it's paid for, you can just download it again. as long as you're on the same Apple ID. If you just tap that little cloud button right next to it. As you can see there. And updates should be done like automatically. Well, they can be done automatically, but I don't know if they actually work yet. There's nothing else new. Thank you for watching, and if you've got any questions, just ask and I'll answer them. Okay, goodbye.